awesome.
What, you're asking him a multiverse question?
I know.
Earth 1 is so Earth B these days. I have a $40 a week habit. American comic books are a lot of fun. Japanese comic books are a lot of fun. Comic books are a lot of fun. I like comic books. I'm not ashamed to say so. Grant Morrison, who's somebody you should all know.
I've heard of him.
Thank you. Yeah. Excellent. Grant Morrison is one of those guys who takes that comic book he wrote when he was 9 years old and makes it compelling. He's one of those people who has learned. He's like, yes, I had really cool ideas and stuff I wanted to write when I was 9 years old, but then I became a writer. And he goes out and like, you read his comic books and you can tell this was imagined by a 9-year-old. But that 9-year-old went out and toured the world for 4 years and lived in India and did things and learned all this craft. Sweet.
Epic 9-year-old.
And but you get to other guys who are like, they just never got past. My problem with the Green Lantern is like, I love what they're doing now. I just wish they'd taken 6 years to do it and thought it through. And it feels very slapdash and hard to follow. And I'm not a big Hal Jordan fan. Kyle, I liked Kyle. I identified with Kyle. But there's this thing of very much like, what if there were 12 cores? And instead of going, okay, well, let's build one core, let's think about it, let's make an idea that works, let's process it, let's put it together, let's give everything a function. They just sort of did it. And we're like, we're the Mauve Lanterns. We're apathy. And like where Will sits in the emotional spectrum, and Will is the emotional spectrum and black is death and white is light. Why does it have to be that way? And like, why is that? Why is it that when you have every emotion all at the same time, you are suddenly alive? That's every emotion plus willpower, and that's like including bad emotions. And if you have no emotions, then you're dead. Well, you're a zombie. You're not even really dead. It's just that it's what we call. There's a phrase for this. The metaphor is broken. Good storytelling, especially fantasy story, it's all about metaphor. Metaphor is a great thing. Metaphor is you saying, being a vampire is kind of like being blank. And then you have to fill that in, and then you explore that. It's what Buffy the Vampire Slayer is. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It says, fighting vampires is a lot like being in high school because blank. And then you go. And that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Every time, oh, I've got a teacher who I think is kind of hot. I guess, why shouldn't I sleep with her? Oh, because she's a praying mantis. Well, you know, that's kind of true. And there you go. And now let's play with a broken metaphor. Here we go for a broken metaphor. You ready for a broken metaphor? Being a vampire is kind of like being gay. Because, and I'm going to show you where this is going. True Blood Season 1. Now watch how the metaphor breaks down. Because being a vampire is kind of like being gay, because there's a bunch of people in the South who kind of don't like you, and because you have to kind of meet in skanky bars, and because you murder people randomly on the side, and your blood gets people high in random ways depending on some roulette game that they play.
What?
Yes, watch True Blood Season 1. It makes no goddamn sense. And this is because the metaphor is like, oh, like, it's like that we're fighting for gay rights, even though we kill people every episode. Like, I don't like vampires. Why? Because they kill people every episode. Like, not quietly, they're just fucking killing people. Blatantly. Every episode. So like, yes, set them on fire. That's okay. Killing people every episode. I said, yes, set those gay people on fire. Because they keep killing people every episode. Your metaphor is, and you'll notice that they changed the metaphor after the second season because someone noticed it was broken. So now they're not doing it that way. They're like, somebody noticed, oh shit, this isn't working. Because everyone's going, well, those crazy Southern religious people have a point. They do. That's the point that doesn't apply to real life. I'm getting the fingers. Right now. One last question, anybody? Excellent. Quiet. All right, my thing for you then. I'm giving you homework. Meet the guests of honor. Go out, have fun. Watch something old. Watch something interesting. Read a book. Read some Grant Morrison. Watch ROD the TV if you get a chance. Watch it dubbed, and if you get a chance, that's one of my favorite things I've ever done that people have not seen. And if you've seen ROD the TV, then watch Beck, because it's a very good time. That is what I'm plugging today. Good night!
You're good at Shogo, too.
Yeah, well.
Sarah. Yep.